Hey guys, it's Hardin and I have another video for you guys. And guys, this is actually a project that I'm starting. This is going to be a long project. It is going to take a lot of brain power. It's going to take a lot of thought process. It is going to take a long time to do this, but this is something that as soon as I saw this, I immediately wanted to do it. It's something that has completely ignited a creativity burst inside of me that I haven't felt in a really long time. I'm gonna try to share this whole journey on YouTube with this project. It's kind of like a tester for like another project that I want to do. It also helped me with the vlog series that I'll be doing on my Patreon. But I'm really excited to try this. I'm sure you guys have seen it all over YouTube and other places before. It's called the Origins Legacy Challenge by Rosannatxt. If you don't know who Rosanna is, she is an amazing person in the Sims community. She has put so many challenges together. I believe she's even done her own save file. Really amazing person in the Sims community. I definitely recommend you guys check her out. I'll have a link below for you to follow her. But this is her Origins Legacy Challenge, and the whole idea is you start with a completely empty save. No townies, no buildings, nothing. Just an empty world. And from there, you place 4 founding families and starter homes, and each household gets a max of 20k is the household. So that's the starting point. No free real estate, no shortcuts, no cheats, nothing. 20k starts off each family. Doesn't matter how many people are in the family. None of that matters. 20k is what starts all the 4 families. From there, everything has to be earned. Every house, every business, every community building. The Sims living in the world actually have to pay for everything themselves. So everything that you do is based on storytelling. This is a save file that combines gameplay and storytelling together in a really immersive way, and a way that I haven't seen with other legacy challenges before. And also, like, careers aren't all unlocked right away either. There's some that are, but there are some jobs don't even open until you built certain things or that you've hit a certain population. So like basically the town has to grow before certain paths are even possible for it to happen. The awesome part about it too is that every family has to have a backstory. So it's not just gameplay, it's literally world building as you go. And basically it's the story of how an empty save turns into a living, breathing save file, one lot, one sim, one world at a time. You guys have to check this out. And if you would like to know more, you can check out Rosanna's video where she talks about the challenge herself in detail. I'll have that one link below as well. And then there's also a Notion page that she put together as well that talks about the save file that you can read on that too if you're interested. I'll also have that link below. But I didn't want to waste too many time with my video like other people have and, you know, show you guys the same template that you've seen from everybody else and see the same website and everything. I basically just wanted to talk to you guys about the challenge a little bit and then show you guys what I have done so far in my save file to get ready to actually show it on YouTube. I hope that you guys enjoy this, and let me know if you guys have any ideas, if you guys have any suggestions, any feedback. Please let me know. I am always open for constructive criticism and anything that I can do to improve. Other than that, I really hope you guys enjoy this. So this is what I have so far. I know it's not a lot, but again, this is what you start off with, right? So this is what I have done so far in my save file. I started off my save file with aging off, and that's because you have to have a cemetery before anyone can die, and we haven't reached the point of a cemetery yet. As a matter of fact, before we reach the point of a cemetery, we have to get a museum because one of my founding families actually has to have a museum in order to move on with their aspiration. So we're working on the museum right now. I've already built it and it's all ready to go and everything. It's just the town hasn't accumulated the money yet to be able to get the museum. So that's what we're working on. But first I just wanted to show you guys what I have so far. This is where my museum is actually going to be. I decided to put it here on this lot, which I believe is the bar lot instead. And I'm actually going to use the museum's lot as the cemetery. But we have our 4 founding families. There's a lot of gray area with this challenge as well. Like for example, one of the households has a money tree, which is a little bit of like a gray area of how you can do like income within the household, because technically a money tree isn't a cheat because you can get it from satisfaction points. So it's one of those gray areas that you have to figure out like how you can still make it work within the save file. I've asked Rosanna for a lot of input and a lot of questions about how I could do things, and she even told me herself a lot of it is gray area. other than the basic rules that she has written down. Everything else is up to you. Another thing that I had done was Esmeralda helped Jane to bring the garden center to life. So this is the garden center behind the BFF household. I've actually turned the actual garden center into like an actual garden center that people use. There's a woodworking table, there's bees, there's a place to plant, there's plants that are already growing, there is flower arranging tables, there is the botanical flower thing, there's the gnome garden thing, there's a like fruits and vegetables stand. But this is my Foundry Cove so far. I kind of just wanted to show you guys what I've done so far. I have done all of this. When you guys start your save file, you'll see how it actually looks. And I mean, if you played Sims before, you know it doesn't look like this anyways. This is what I have done so far with using Tool. I haven't broken any rules. I haven't done any cheats that I wasn't allowed to do. This has all been strictly from me doing this save file. Esmeralda's house is right here. This is one of our founding families. This is another founding family. This is the Culinary twins. This is the Creative household. And then this is the Burgermeister household. The way that this is going to go is I'm going to show you guys the characters, I'm going to tell you their aspirations, I'm going to show you their outfits, and then I'm going to read their bio to you. So the first character that we have is Jane Burgermeister. She is a freelance botanist. Her traits are love outdoors, generous, collector, great storyteller, had a green thumb as a kid, everyone's little helper, gloomy, plant lover, always welcome, observant, pet friend, and good student. Jane Burgermeister might have been handed the position of mayor of Willow Creek, but that doesn't mean she isn't deserving. The elderly woman spent most of her life helping out in community centers around her town and donating to organizations and charities all throughout her life. She even started and ran a community greenhouse when she was in college. A heart of gold and truly wanting to make the world a better place, Jane has the passion for others that it took. When she was appointed mayor, she took it with humility and pride. She does whatever she can to ensure the safety and peace of Willow Creek, as well as ensuring everyone pitches in to help the community grow. If it weren't for her bastard of a son, Benjamin. Jane has to pretend like she doesn't know the sneaky things he gets up to, playing the ultimate face for him. Jane always means well, and sometimes those decisions have caused her to make questionable decisions, but she remains steadfast that everything she does is for the good of Willow Creek. Benjamin Burgermeister is the only antagonist of the save file so far. His aspiration is Mansion Baron. His traits are mean, shady, business savvy, squeamish, and insider. The only reason why I haven't really played with him as much is because his story comes in much later, so that's why he doesn't have that many traits right now. You would think that with a mother like Jane, Benjamin would be the best and most proper child, and if you didn't know any better, you would have even been fooled by his charisma into believing so. But beneath all that charm, wit, and proper behavior is an evil mind. Benjamin doesn't want what is best for Willow Creek, he wants what is best for him. He wants it all. Money, fame, a huge lot, girls, guys, power. He doesn't care what he has to do in order to obtain it, he just wants it. This often causes his mother to be questioned. Benjamin uses the growth of the community as an excuse to sleep with everyone, and he's secretly making scheming decisions to get into his own position of power. He hopes to take over as mayor of Willow Creek when his mother passes. He has taken interest in Esmeralda, but she has shut him down every single time, which is causing him to resent her. He knows she is a spellcaster, having been shown by Esmeralda herself, and he has vowed to keep it a secret. But at what cost? Benjamin doesn't do anything unless it benefits him. He takes great pride in being able to deceive people so easily, because who could ever blame the son of the nicest woman on the planet? This is Esmeralda. Esmeralda's aspiration is spellcraft and sorcery. Her traits are macabre, clumsy, paranormal investigator, erratic, quick learner, and childhood grief survivor. Esmeralda's past is a troubling one. She had to travel from place to place with her family, dealing with hardships, stereotypes being thrown at them, and trying to survive. Her family held a circus on Halloween for people, using dance, music, and magic to wow crowds everywhere. When her family was arrested on false claims, she traveled as far as she could, finding herself in Willow Creek. It was there that she met Jane Burgermeister, the mayor of the town. She invited Esmeralda into her town on the grounds that she helped the community grow. Esmeralda confided in Jane that she was a spellcaster and that she could talk to the dead. She also told Jane that she could help the community grow. Unsure of what she meant, Jane agreed to keep her secret as long as Jane took credit for the community growth. Esmeralda agreed, and the two had a very close bond, even when Jane's son Benjamin was always trying to woo Esmeralda. Esmeralda hasn't fallen for it, however. She knows his type and instead has started a woo-woo partnership with Guidry the Ghost, who happens to be the ex of her best friend Bonehilda the Skeleton Maid. Esmeralda's supernatural connection has caused her home to become haunted, and while Esmeralda lives in constant state of fear, it doesn't bother her day-to-day life. Now, being a paranormal investigator, she helps the residents of Willow Creek with their supernatural and otherworldly problems. She also has a money tree in her backyard that the community is allowed to gather from should they ever need it for emergency purposes. This is Daxton Creative. Daxton's aspiration is best-selling author. His traits are bookworm, creative, lazy, self-assured, muser, had a creative best imaginary friend, good student, romantically reserved, crafty kid, and aspiring author.
Aha.
Daxton started writing as a young child. He entered a poetry contest at the age of 6 and never stopped writing after that, from poetry to short stories and even writing novels by the time he graduated. He was nervous to actually make it a profession, so the pieces of literature just stayed stashed on his computer, in journals, and in notepads. He attended an art school for writing, and it was in this time that he had met the worst case of writer's block. No matter what he did, he could not seem to write anything close to decent. Really starting to doubt himself as a writer, he met Ophelia, who was there for art. The two bonded over their passions, and Ophelia even encouraged him not to give up on writing. After finishing art school, the two moved to Willow Creek, where Daxton began writing again as both a job and a hobby, finding passion again in what he was doing. This is Ophelia Creative. Her aspiration is painter extraordinaire, and her traits are creative, art lover, super sibling, fed myself as a kid, was a best friend, formed bonds away from home, active, muser, action-packed childhood, crafty kid, good student, had a creative best imaginary friend, cheerful, always welcome, inspired childhood artist, and observant. For Ophelia, art was always the end game. Everything else, school, relationships, even sometimes her own family, was on the back burner in her mind. Art was where she lived and breathed. From the time she picked up a paintbrush at the age of 4, she was in love with art and everything to do with it. She attended an art school after she graduated, and it was then that she decided to turn her fun hobby into an actual dream job. It was at this very same art school that she met the love of her life, Daxton. He was at the art school for writing. The two bonded over their passions and before too long became inseparable. After college, they moved to Willow Creek, each focusing on their respective careers. Ophelia was not only going to work as an artist, but she was making art at home and selling it. It wasn't long before she not only quickly moved up on the corporate ladder, but also became the first celebrity in Willow Creek. And the last family is the Culinaric twins. First is Grant Culinaric. His aspiration is master chef, and his traits are foodie, socially awkward, competitive, and essence of flavor.
Hmm.
Grant was always one for cooking, and he got that from his father, who was a world-famous chef. Grant, like his sister Sage, spent a lot of time in the kitchen, only instead of baking, he was the one doing all the cooking. Learning meals straight from his father, Grant was cooking 5-star meals before he even finished high school. When he went off to college, it was a breeze for him, and he graduated with the highest honors and got his license. On top of that, Grant was also skilled with legal and financial matters. He always had a dream of owning his own restaurant, moving to Willow Creek with his twin sister to pursue that dream. When their parents passed away, Sage didn't take it well, and Grant hated seeing his sister so broken up. Grant decided to bury himself in cooking and even went as far as to surprise his sister with their very own cafe. Now, he cooks inside that cafe, surrounding himself with food, while he lets his sister be the face of the company. And the last one on the list, but definitely not least, is Sage 𝕍𝕠𝕝𝕝𝕝𝕝. Her aspiration is appliance whiz. Her traits are foodie, lactose intolerant, art lover, and essence of flavor.
Oh.
Sage was always into baking, and she probably got that from her mother, who was a professional baker. The kitchen was always where she felt most creative and could really let her imagination fly. Because she is lactose intolerant, Sage often had to gamble on whether she was willing to taste her own baked goods, oftentimes asking her mom for her opinion. She started off baking simple 3-ingredient recipes, and that led her baking skills enough for her to go to college for culinary and baking. When she graduated college, she moved to Willow Creek with her brother Grant, where she had hoped to own her own bakery. Unfortunately, when the twins' parents passed away, Sage's love for baking disappeared, and she stopped it. She used her food allergy as an excuse, but Grant knew the truth. This changed, however, when Grant came to her with a contract and license for a small business. He offered to run a cafe with her on the first floor of their home on the condition that she went back to doing what she loved. Sage knew Grant well, and she agreed, thus the two of them opened Homestead Cafe, where Sims can come for homemade, home-cooked meals and baked goods while enjoying some coffee, tea, or boba. And with that, guys, that is my 4 founding families for the Origins Legacy Save. Again, if you guys have any advice, feedback, critiques, anything to help me make this better, any ideas to make this better, please let me know. What are your thoughts on my characters so far? Am I doing a good job? Do I need to add something to it? Am I missing something? Let me know as well. I am open to all eyes and all ears on this. I really want to make this an enjoyable experience, not only for me, but also for you guys. So just let me know. I'm always open for suggestions. I'm not for sure if I'm actually going to stream any of this at all, so this may just be a strictly YouTube thing. Other than that, thank you guys so much for being here with me while I did this and went through this thing with you. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and if you did enjoy it, consider subscribing. It would mean a lot to me. I just started on YouTube, trying to get my foot out there. Thank you guys again, and I will see you guys for the next video. Peace.